Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, like this video and press the bell icon. The Livewire Starter Kit uses the Flux UI component library, and Flux UI 2.x utilizes Tailwind CSS 4.0. In this video, you'll learn how to create a Notes CRUD application using the Livewire Starter Kit. We'll use the Flux modal to create and update notes, and a confirmation modal will be used to display a prompt before deleting a note. Before we proceed, let's take a look at the demo. Here, you can see notes with a title and content displayed in a table with pagination links, along with edit and delete buttons. If you click here, you will go to the next page. In the address bar, you will see page equals 2. Click on 1 to go back to the first page. Click on the Create Note button, and a modal will appear to create a note. Click on the Save button without entering any data, and you'll see error messages indicating that the fields are required. Next, enter an already existing title and click on the Save button. You'll see an error stating that the title has already been taken because titles must be unique. Now, enter a new title and content, then click on the Save button. The note will be saved, and you'll see a flash message. Note created successfully. Next, let's edit a note. Click on Edit button. Update the title and content, then click on Update, and the note will be updated. You can see that the note has been updated, and the message note updated successfully has been displayed. Click on the Delete button, and a delete modal will be displayed with Cancel and Delete buttons. Click Cancel to abort the deletion. Click on the Delete button again. Then, click the Delete Note button, and the note will be deleted. The message note deleted successfully will be displayed. As we are using the Flux UI modal, clicking the Create button to open the modal or closing it will not trigger any requests to the server. Go to the directory where you want to install Laravel 12 app. Right-click and select Open in Terminal. Type the command Laravel new your project name and press Enter. Next, for Starter Kit, type Livewire and press Enter. Then for authentication, type Laravel and press Enter. Next, type No, as we will not use Laravel Volt. Then type 0 for pest. It will take some time to download, depending on your internet connection, so please wait for the download to complete. Now type yes to run npm install and npm run build. The download is complete. Now, type cd your project name to navigate to the project directory. Open your project in Visual Studio Code. Open .env file. First, uncomment these lines and replace SQLite with MySQL. Next, enter your database name. Now let's create a database. Copy this database name. Go to your browser and open phpMyAdmin. Click on New. Paste the database name which you have copied and click on Create to create the database. The database has been created. Next, we need to migrate the database. Click here and open a new terminal. In your terminal, type the command php-artisan migrate to migrate the database. The database has been migrated. Now type the command composer run dev. This command will run both php-artisan serve and npm run dev commands. You can see that the local development server for our app has started, and the npm run dev command is also running. Now, go to your browser and navigate to localhost :8000, and you should see the new Laravel 12 welcome page. Click on the register link to go to the register page. Enter your name, email, password, and confirm password, Then click the Register button to register a user. You will be redirected to the dashboard page. Now, let's proceed with implementing the Notes CRUD functionality. Let's start by creating the note model and its migration file. Click here and select Command Prompt to open a new command prompt. Type the command PHP artisan make :modal note-m and press enter. This command will generate the note class inside app/models folder and a create notes table migration file inside the database migrations folder. Open app/models folder and you will find the note class. Open database/migrations folder and you will find the create notes table migration file. Now, after the ID column, define a title column of type string and mark it as unique to prevent duplicate titles among notes. Next, add a content column of type text to store the content of the notes. Now, we need to migrate the database. Type the command PHP artisan migrate and press enter to migrate the database. The migration was successful. Go back to phpMyAdmin. Click on the database and you will see the notes table. Click on the notes table and you will see the table columns ID, title, content, created_at and updated_at. Now, let's create the notes Livewire component. Type CLS to clear the command prompt. Type the command PHP artisan make :Livewire notes and press enter. This command will generate a notes class inside the app/Livewire folder and a notes view file inside the resources/views/Livewire folder. Open app/Livewire folder and you will see the notes class with a render method that returns the notes Livewire view file. Open resources/views/Livewire folder and you will see the notes Livewire view file. Inside this div element, add an h3 tag with the class text gray 100 and include the text all notes inside the h3 tag. Open web.php file. Now, add the notes route inside the auth middleware group and name it notes. Make sure to import the notes Livewire class. Go to your app and navigate to the notes route and you will see the text all notes. Now, let's add a link in the sidebar to navigate to the notes route. Open sidebar.blade.php file. Duplicate this navlist item. Replace dashboard route with the notes route. We need to add the link inside the header file also. Open header.blade.php file. Duplicate this navbar item. Replace dashboard route with the notes route. Here, replace dashboard with notes. Next, we need to add the link in the mobile menu also. Scroll down. Duplicate this navlist item. Here, replace dashboard with notes. Replace dashboard route with the notes route. Here you can see that wire::navigate is used, which is a directive that makes page navigation much faster, providing an SPA-like experience for your users. Go to your browser, and you'll see the notes link. I forgot to replace the text dashboard with notes. Click on the first link and you will navigate to dashboard. Click on the second link and you will navigate to the notes page. Open sidebar.blade.php file. Here, replace the link text dashboard with notes. Go back to your app, and you'll see that the link text has been changed to Notes. We will use different components for creating and editing notes. So, let's create 2 more Livewire components called Create Note and Edit Note. In your terminal, type the command php artisan make :livewire create note and press enter. Next, type the command php artisan make :livewire edit note and press enter. First, let's add a heading in the Notes view. Open settings heading.blade.php file, which is inside the resources/views/partials folder. Copy this code and paste it inside the Notes view file. Replace settings with Notes. Next, add a subheading. Go to your browser and you will see heading with subheading. Open Create Note Livewire class. Here you can see that it will return the Create Note view from the Livewire folder. Open Create Note Livewire view file. In the div element, add the text Create Note. Next, we need to include the Create Note component inside the Notes component. Open notes.blade.php file. Here, include the Create Note component using the syntax Livewire :create note, which is a self-closing tag. Go to your app and you will now see the Create Note text. Next, we need to display a button that opens a modal when clicked. Since the Livewire Starter Kit uses Flux UI, we will use the Flux UI modal. In Google, type Flux UI and press enter. Click on this link. Click on Get Started. Look for Modal component. Click on Modal. Click on Edit Profile button and a modal will be opened. We will use this modal. Click here to copy the code. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Open Create Note view file and paste the code which you have copied. Replace the name Edit Profile with Create Note. Next, also replace the modal name with Create Note. Replace button text with Create Note. Replace the heading, Update Profile with Create Note. Next, add a subheading. Go back to your app, and you should see the Create Note button. There is an error. Livewire only supports one HTML element per component. Multiple elements detected. Let's fix this. Here, add a div element. Cut this code and paste it inside the div element. Go to your app, and you will see the Create Note button. Let's add margin top. In the Flux button, add class equals MT4. You can see that a top margin has been added to the button. Click on the button and the Create modal will be opened. Click on this icon and it will be closed. Clicking outside the modal will also close it. Let's add this Create Note button inside the Notes view. Cut this code. Open notes.blade.php file. Paste the copied code here. Go to your app, and you should see the Create button. Clicking the button will open the modal. Let's increase the width of the modal. Open Create Note view file. Replace the width 96 with 900. Go to your app, click the Create Note button, and you should see the modal with an increased size. Go back to Visual Studio Code. First, we need to define the properties inside the Create Note Livewire component. Open Create Note component file. Define the title and content properties as public. Next, define the validation rules for the title and content properties. The title must be required, a string, unique in the Notes table, and no longer than 255 characters. The content must be required and a string. Open Create Note View file. First, add a label with the text title and include a placeholder. Here, we need to use the wire modal directive to bind the $title and $content properties. In this input field, bind the title property using the wire modal directive. Remove this date field. Duplicate this input field. Replace input with text area. Next, add a label with the text content. Here, replace title with content. Delete this text. Delete this text also. Go to your app, click on the Create Note button, and you should see the modal as it was before. We need to change the placeholder text in content text area. Replace the placeholder text to content. Now, let's add the save method, which will be used to store the notes. Open Create Note component file. Define the save function as public. First, we use the validate method to validate the form data. Then, we use the dd helper function to debug and verify if the validation works as expected. If the validation is successful, OK will be displayed. Open Create Note View file. Call the save method using the wire click directive on the button. Go back to your app, click on the Create Note button to open the modal. Click on Save without entering any data and you will see error messages. Now, enter the title and content, then click the Save button. You should see the message OK. You can see the message OK, which indicates that the form data met all the validation rules. The modal isn't closing, we'll fix it later. Click here to close the modal. Go back to Flux UI docs. Scroll down. Here you can see we can open and close the modals from Livewire components using the following methods. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Open Create Note component file. Comment out the dd helper function. Let's store the notes in the notes table. We will use the create method on the note model, which is used to create a new note in the notes table. Import note model. The create method allows us to insert the new notes data such as title and content directly into the database. Using an associative array, we map the value entered in the form's title field to the title column in the notes table, and the value from the content field to the content column. Then we reset the properties using the reset method. After resetting the properties, we need to close the modal. Copy this code. Paste the code after the reset method. Open Create Note View file. Copy this modal name. Replace the modal name with the copied one. Import the Flux class from the Flux namespace. Next, open the note model and add the title and content properties to the $fiable array to enable mass assignment. Go back to your app and open the Network tab in the Developer Tools. Click on the Create button, and you'll notice that no network request is made since we're using the Flux UI modal. Click on the Create Note button, enter a title and content, then click on Save. You can see that the modal has been closed. The data should now be inserted into the database. Let's check the database. Go to phpMyAdmin. Click on the Notes table and you will see the inserted title and content. Next, Let's display a success flash message after creating the note. Open Create Note component. We use the session helper function with the flash method to store the success key and the message note created successfully as its value. Next, we will use the redirect route method to redirect to the notes route. We pass the navigate true argument, which instructs Livewire to use its dynamic page navigation wire navigate, updating the content of the page without a full reload. Open Notes View file. We will display the success flash message after the Create Note button. Here, we use the @session directive to check if the success key exists in the session. If the success key is present, the content inside the @session and @end session block will be rendered. Inside this block, we use Alpine.js to display a green success notification at the top right of the screen, which is shown for 3 seconds before automatically disappearing. Go back to your app. Click on the Create Note button, enter a title and content, then click on Save. You should see a success flash message note created successfully. Go back to phpMyAdmin. Reload the page and you should see the newly entered note title and content. Next, we need to display all the notes in a table. Go back to Flux UI docs. Look for the table component. You can see that the table component is a pro component, so we will use the regular Tailwind CSS table instead. Open Notes component. Here, we use the with pagination trait to enable pagination functionality. Import with pagination from Livewire /with pagination. Next, we use the Eloquent model to fetch records from the notes table, ordering them by the created_at column in descending order. We then store the results in the $notes variable and apply the paginate method to display 5 notes per page. Then, we pass the $notes variable to the notes Livewire view. We can also use this alternative syntax. This achieves the same result, where we retrieve records from the notes table, ordered by the created_at column in descending order, and paginate the results to show 5 notes per page. Open Notes View file. We will display the notes table here. Here, I have added a table with the TableAuto and wfull classes, featuring a dark background. It includes a header row with columns for title, content, and actions. The table body displays a note's title and content, along with action buttons for edit and delete. Here, we use the @forElse directive to loop through the $notes collection. Cut this code and paste it after the closing tr tag. For each note, we first display the note's title, followed by its content. Here, add Flux buttons for edit and delete. In the delete button, add variant = danger for red button. In the @empty directive, we display a message in the table when the $notes collection is empty. A single table row is shown with a call span of 3, and the message "no notes yet" is displayed in centered, gray-colored text. After the closing table tag, we display the pagination links using the links method. Go to your app. There is an error, undefined property $links. This happens because we forgot to add the parentheses to the links method. Add parentheses to the links method. Go back to your app and you should now see two notes with their titles and content, along with the edit and delete buttons. You won't see the pagination links yet, as there aren't enough notes. Let's add some more notes. Copy this note title. Click on Create Note button. Now paste the note title and add a note content and click on Save button. You will see an error. The title has already been taken. Add a different title and then click on the Save button and the note will be saved. You can now see the pagination links. Click on this icon and you will go to page 2. Now, let's implement the Edit Note functionality. Open Notes component. Define the edit function and pass the $ID as an argument. Then, we use the DD helper function to display the value of $ID. Open Notes View File. On the Edit button, we call the edit method using the wire click directive and pass $note ID. Go back to your app. Click on the Edit button of each note, and you should see the corresponding note ID. Since we've created a separate Edit Note component for editing notes, we will use the dispatch method to trigger an event from the Notes component, and then listen for that event in the Edit Note component using the hash on attribute. Open Livewire Docs and search for dispatch. Click on this link. Copy this code. Here you can see that we can pass additional data with the event by providing the data as the second parameter. Then we listen for that event using the hash on attribute as shown in this example. Open Notes component. Comment out this DD helper function and paste the code which you have copied. Replace the event name post created with edit note. Add a comma and pass $ID as a second parameter. Open Edit Note component. First define the title and content properties. Also define $note ID which will be used to store the note ID. Define the Edit Note method, which accepts $ID as a parameter. Copy this code. Paste the code above the Edit Note method. Replace the event name post created with Edit Note. Next, we need to import the on attribute. Copy this import statement. Paste the import statement here. Inside the Edit Note method, we use the DD helper function to dump the message edit note received with ID, $ID and stop the execution, allowing you to see the value of $ID that was passed to the Edit Note method. First, change the method name from edit to edit note, if you haven't already. Next, we need to include the Edit Note component inside Notes component. Open Notes View File. Duplicate this code. Replace Create with Edit. Click on the Edit button of each note, and you should see the message edit note received with ID, followed by the corresponding note ID. Comment out this DD helper function. First, we find the note using the find or fail method by passing the ID. If the note is found, it is assigned to the $note variable. Then, we store the $ID in the note ID variable. Finally, we assign the title and content of the retrieved note to the title and content properties. Next, we need to open the Edit modal. Open Create Note component. Copy this code. Paste the copied code here. Replace create note with edit note and close with show. Import the Flux class from the Flux namespace. Open create note view file. Copy this code and paste it inside edit note view file. Replace save with update method. Replace create with update note. Here also replace save with update. Add a different subheading. Replace the modal name with edit note. Go to your app, click on the edit button, and you should see the note's title and content in the modal. Now let's add the update method. Open edit note component. Define update method. Here, we first validate the title and content fields using the validate method. The title is required, must be a string, cannot exceed 255 characters, and must be unique in the notes table, excluding the current note being edited, which is excluded using ignore $this note ID. We use the rule Laravel helper class to ensure that the title field is unique in the notes table. The content field is required and must be a string. Import the rule class from illuminate_validation. Go back to your app, click on the edit button, remove the title and content, then click on update. You should see a field is required error message. Copy this title, click on the edit button of the 6th note. Replace this title with the copied one, click on update and you should see the error. The title has already been taken. This indicates that the validations are working correctly. First, we retrieve the note using the find method and the note ID property, storing it in the $note variable. Then, we update the title and content fields with the new values and save the changes back to the database. Next, we need to display the flash message. Open create note component. Copy this code. Paste the code after the save method. Replace created with updated. Next, we need to close the modal. Copy this code. Paste the code here. Replace show with close. Go back to your app, click on the edit button, update the title and content, and click the update button. The note will be updated, and you will see the flash message. Note updated successfully. Let's update another note. Update the note's title and content, then click the update button, and the note will be updated. You can see the flash message note updated successfully and the note has been updated. Now, let's implement the functionality to delete a note. Open Notes component. Define a delete method that accepts the note's ID as a parameter. Inside this method, we use the dd-helper function to display the ID. Open Notes view file. On the delete button, we call the delete method using the wire click directive and pass $note ID. Go back to your app. Click on the delete button of each note, and you should see the corresponding note ID. Go back to Visual Studio Code. Open Notes component. Comment out the DD helper function. Define $note ID, which will be used to store the note ID. In the delete method, we store the $ID in the note ID variable. When the user attempts to delete a note, we will display a confirmation modal asking if they are sure they want to delete it. Go back to Flux UI docs. Search for modal. Click on modal. Scroll down. Click on delete and you will see the confirmation modal. Click here to copy the code. Open Notes View file. Paste the code here. Replace delete profile with delete note. Replace delete project with delete note. Here replace delete profile with delete note. Delete this code as we don't need it. Open Notes component. Here we need to open the delete modal. Open Create Note component. Copy this code. Paste the code here. Replace Create Note with Delete Note and Close with Show. Import the Flux class from the Flux namespace. Go to your app, click on the Delete button, and you should see the confirmation modal. If you click Cancel, the modal will close. Define Delete Note method. Inside this method, first we find the note using the find method and then delete it using the delete method. Copy this code and paste it here. Replace show with close. Next, we need to display the flash message. Open Create Note component. Copy this code. Paste the code here and replace created with deleted. Now we need to redirect to the notes route. Open Create Note component. Copy this code. Paste the copied code here. Open Notes View file. Here, on the delete button, we call the delete note method using the wire click directive. Go back to your app, click on the delete button, and you will see the confirmation modal. Click on Cancel to abort the deletion. Click on the delete button again, then click on Delete Note. The note will be deleted, and you will see the flash message. Note deleted successfully. Let's delete another note. Click on the delete button, then click on Delete Note and the note will be deleted. You can see the flash message and the note has been deleted from the table. Our Notes CRUD app is now complete. Next, let's look at how to customize the Flux UI theme and create a custom icon. Here I have opened Flux UI Theme Builder. Click on Lime and then click on the Generate Theme button, and you'll get the CSS variables for the lime color in both light and dark modes. Copy this code. Open app.css file. Replace this code with the one you copied. Next, copy this code for dark mode. Replace this code with the one you copied. Go to your app and you will see that the theme has been changed to lime color. Click on the Create Note button and you will see that the input border and button background color has changed to lime. Click on the Edit button and you'll see the same changes here as well. Now, let's see how to create a custom icon for the Notes link. Open resources/views/flux/icon folder, and you will see all 5 Flux UI icons. Open book opentext.blade.php file. Here is the code for this icon. Open chevrons updown.blade.php file. Here is the code for this icon. Duplicate this file and rename it as Notebook Open. Here you can see the URL lukai.dev. Copy it. Go to your browser and paste it in a tab. Now click on View All Icons. Search for Note. You can see there are many icons that we can use for notes. Click on this icon. Click on Copy SVG to copy this SVG. Paste the copied SVG here in the notebookopen.blade.php file. Here, we use $attributes class and pass $classes as an argument to dynamically add CSS classes. Then we use dataflux icon attribute. Then we use stroke width equals $stroke width to set the width of the stroke. Then we use aria hidden equals true and data slot equals icon. Next, open sidebar.blade.php file. In the notes link, replace home icon with notebook open. Go to your browser and you will see the new notebook icon. In this video, we learned how to create a Notes CRUD application using the Livewire Starter Kit. We covered how to use the Flux modal for creating and updating notes, and how to use a confirmation modal before deleting a note. Finally, we learned how to customize the Flux UI theme and create a custom icon. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Feel free to drop any questions or comments below, and I'll be happy to help. I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, stay safe.